follow the rubric, the student said. This became the earworm in my head as I read through the rest of the data. Unconsciously, I found myself humming. Follow, 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 follow the yellow brick road. The data came as leftovers from one phase of my instrument development study to find out if students understood my questions about writing self-efficacy. Extra little nuggets of goodness from the student writing trenches. Instead, what emerged was a sense that writing in nursing wasn't much about writing at all. It was instead about navigating systems. Lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Rigid systems that value objectivity and rule following in the name of rigor and reliability. Follow the rubric. The teachers in us are thinking, good strategy to keep your A+ grade. But dig a little deeper and you hear other messages. Gotta stay on script. If not, it's too risky. You can't write opinions, right? You have to play the game. They told me, I'm going to feed you what you want to hear. I'm going to use your words from class because this writing isn't going to go anywhere. I'm getting a grade and thanks, see you next term. What if writing self-efficacy is about success figuring out the teacher? Bye-bye independent thinking. We should just let go of all these weird boundaries and just let them write. Really, are we that oblivious to our own power? Given we are also slaves to systemic power structures? The relationships they build with us during the writing experience can lead to demoralization, indifference, or transformation. They carry those emotions forward with them every time they sit down to the blinking cursor on a blank page. I know which one I aim to leave them with. How about you? They learn to play the role required. Sometimes they grade seek. Sometimes they preserve their own sense of self at all costs, judging their relationship with you to see if you can take it. Sometimes when they fail, the lesson learned is to never, ever take a risk. Sometimes they are searching for their place in this new nursing world with its strange language. Even by their final year, they might still wonder if they are trying too hard. They are aware that nursing language has been seeping into their everyday conversations. There's something about the casualness of the spoken word. When they put on an academic writing cloak, the words don't feel like a good fit. And they can slip in and out of these roles, their peers by their side. How they adapt depends on the professor. We've created the systemic paradox where to help solve the problem of the inconsistencies we know students hate, we've robbed their environment of the flexibility for creativity and originality. We demand sources for everything and perfect APA. We tell them to please just follow the guidelines and fill in the blanks. It's all right there in the rubric. You're not a novelist. Don't write like that. Despite it all, they grow anyway, and when they get the opportunity to write about something they care about, even the ones who say they hate writing get excited about what they learn. It becomes a part of them. It's something they carry with them into their identities as nurses. But what about our own teacher identity as writers? I leave you with that rhetorical thought. They know which of us know writing and which of us don't. How can they learn to identify as nurse writers if you do not?